time for some horror rereads. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zach with Zacks Books, and today's episode is October. I have got for you horror books I want to reread. So the main purpose of this is I've got 5 books here, 3 of which I technically gave 5 stars, but don't remember a whole lot about them, so I want to read them again. I have 2 that I remember reading that were classics, and I enjoyed them, but I don't remember them that well. So they're basically just 5 books that I remember reading, I enjoyed them, and just don't remember them all that well, and I want to refresh myself on them. That's basically what I'm getting at. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the books. Alright, first one up is one that I enjoyed, gave 5 stars, just don't remember it that well, and that is The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. So this book was sold to me on the fact that it is kind of like a Pet Sematary type book. I read it, I gave it 5 stars, and I agreed with it. Let's see. The blurb here says, "Some secrets never die." If I remember this one correctly, it's told in 2 different time periods. It involves a little girl. I believe that's like a plot twist, is the little girl, so like I can't say anything else about her. 2 different time periods. I think it's the same family, but like different generations. Exactly why I'm saying I need to reread this book, because I remember really enjoying it, and I just like do not remember it that well. I remember giving it 5 stars, my first Jennifer McMahon book, and it was a really good read, and I really, really liked it. I just, for the life of me, cannot remember a whole lot about it, so that's why it's here. So there you have The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. Alright, next up is another one I gave 5 stars. I really enjoy the hell out of this book, but I just don't remember it all that well. The Troop, Nick Cutter. So this book was absolutely phenomenal. It was, by what I can recall, it's about this Boy Scout group that is on an island, and this parasite just literally just terrorizes them. I really need to reread this. There's a lot of eeriness to it. It was really creepy. Even Stephen King said on here that the troops scared the hell out of him. And I remember it being really eerie and just like graphic. It was gross at some points. And I remember there's a not so good scene with a turtle. I remember that much. But I definitely need to reread this book because I really enjoyed it and I just don't remember it a whole lot. So just like with The Winter People, I gave it 5 stars. I enjoyed it when I read it, but I just need to refresh myself with this book. So there you have The Troop by Nick Cutter. Alright, I'm going to do the 2 classics together because they were both books that I really did read. I really enjoyed them. I think I actually did give all of these books 5 stars, but I just don't remember them that well. And that is Clive Barker's The Hellbound Heart, which is Hellraiser if you're going by the movies, and then Susan Hill, The Woman in Black. So both of these books, I read them, and because of how short they were, I think I just rushed myself with reading them and just wanting to get through them. But what I remember with this is, just like I said, it's Hellraiser. It's literally that. It's like these weird sadistic creatures. There's this box that if they solve it, then like these weird things show up, and they're like their main focal points, like sexual fantasies or something like that. I definitely need to reread this one. It is like I said, it's a short book. It's a classic. I need to readdress myself with this one because it is a really good book. And then Woman in Black. This guy Arthur is basically, I don't know, what is his job? I don't remember what his job is, but he goes and does stuff with houses of people who pass away or something like that, and he, like, it's also some paranormal stuff that he deals with, I think. Again, I don't remember. And it's basically like he's in this house that's supposedly haunted by a woman that wears black, or a woman in black, and that's the main focal point of this one. I remember the ending being a twist, and it was like kind of sadistic. I like vaguely remember that. Besides that, though, I don't remember this all that well, but like when I did read it, I remember really liking it. So, again, just like with Hellbound Heart by Clive Barker, I need to readdress myself with this book because it's a good book, but I just don't remember it. So, there you have Clive Barker's Hellbound Heart and Susan Hill, The Woman in Black. Alright, I have many options I could pick for a Stephen King horror book reread, but the one that I think I definitely have to readdress myself with because it's a really big book and it was just confusing the first time I read it. And I also just wanted to get through it, so the speed I had it at was really fast, so just gotta take my time with it. And that is The Stand, the complete and uncut edition. This is a beefy book. It's large. This book is a lot of people's favorite. It's in a lot of people's top 10, top 5. Honestly, for me, it was in my top, I think, 15 at one point, and then it just drastically fell. I just don't, I mean, I remember it's about a plague that breaks out. It's like religious stuff, like good versus evil, and all that kind of stuff that goes on. But I don't remember the thorough details of the book. I need to reread this book. It's a very good book. It's a classic. Well, I mean, classic, not like classic, but like it's a classic Stephen King book. It's over 1,200 pages. Like I said, I read it the first time just to kind of get through it. I need to read this and like retain it because I watched the miniseries with Gary Sinise from the 90s or whatever. So I got a more vague idea of like placing characters to names and stuff like that, because that was the other problem I had. Was it's a big book, it's like an entire world, and so like, you know, I would get thrown off with names every now and again, but now that I've got like a picture of a person, it's probably going to be a little bit easier for me on this one. So I definitely need to reread this. It is a massive book. I just don't know when the hell I'm going to get to it. So, but there you have The Stand, complete and uncut by Stephen King. Alright, so those are 5 horror books that I need to reread. Again, I remember, I think almost all of those got 5-star ratings, but I just don't remember them that well. And I really want to readdress myself with all of them. So, I don't think I'm going to get to The Stand this year, but I might get to a couple of these other ones. I might save The Stand for next October. Maybe. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, we'll have those 5 linked down below. What's a horror book you want to reread that you kind of maybe have the same problem as me, as you read it a while ago and you kind of drifted away from it a little bit? Let me know in the comments down below. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And we'll see you guys in tomorrow's episode of Zocktober. Later.